Hello everyone, how are you and happy Friday. I hope you all have a great weekend, yada yada yada. So anyway, I am coming in real quick because I want to talk to you about a show that I watched on the Oxygen channel, and they talked about this family. It's called the Piketon Family Murders. um they live in Pike County, Ohio. This murder is something really gruesome. It really, like, I'm trying to figure out, why were they killed this way? They should have been killed in the first place, but why were they killed this way? It was execution style. It was just really, really crazy. Let me give you some information about it. It took place on the night of April 21st through the 22nd in 2016, when 8 people, all belonging to the Roden family, were shot and killed in 4 different homes in Pike County, Ohio. 90 miles from Columbus and 60 miles from Cincinnati. Their bodies were found later on April 22nd. 7 victims, 6 adults, and 1 16-year-old boy were discovered to have been shot execution style in 3 adjacent homes, while the 8th victim, an adult, was found shot to death in his camper in nearby Piketon. 3 young children, including 2 infants, were left alive during the killings. Thank God for that. Thank God they left the children alive. Even though the 16-year-old boy is still a child, but at least they didn't bother the toddler and the babies. At least 2 shooters are believed to be responsible. Now, here is the thing. When I was watching the show, Pike County is really a small town. Everyone knows everybody, and it was, a real tight-knit type of town. You get what I'm saying? So for this to happen, what was going on? Why this family? Why take out all 8 family members? Do you think it was because of a drug cartel? Do you think another family was involved? Well, we're going to find out. Well, as the story was developing and as the story was being told, the cops would have to come out of different counties, and they were on this case. I feel bad for the Roden family, because a brother or a cousin outside, the ones that didn't live there, have to bury this family of 8. And it's really sad, like I said, we don't have the power to take people's lives, but hey, it happened. And my deepest condolences to that family. As far as I know, it has not been solved yet. The case has not been solved, but they do have 2 people in custody, I believe. Now, here is the thing with that. As they were digging into this case, they found out that the Roden family had a barn, I believe, and it was filled with marijuana. So they think, okay, and no one knew about this, which, I mean, hey, no one not going to know what you're doing on your land, because that's your business. But, no one knew about this marijuana being sold or being, was growing on this land. And so now they thinking, okay, the way it happened, it was time to the T. It had to be time when everyone was asleep. They had to know this family pretty well. They also had a showing where the guys went in. They had guard dogs. The guard dogs didn't start barking. So to me, is that a alarm for the person? The dog knew these people. Did they come around the Roden family so much that they knew this family, and that way they didn't attack them? They had silencers on their guns, and they had a specially made piece to put on their gun to catch the shells. So this was planned out to the T. It was executed perfectly. I want to say it's a shame, but they had some time. It was some time involved with this, and they had this brewing for a while for it to be played out like this. It's really a shame. If it was a drug cartel, it's going to take them a long time to find out who was responsible behind it. But this is the biggest investigation in Ohio's history. Okay, I just want you to know that. The victim, in November 2018, four members of the Wagner family, known to the Rodens, were arrested in Ohio and Kentucky and charged with the 8 murders. So it's just really crazy. I do not want to say the victim's name because you never know who's listening, and it may feel as if it may open up some old wounds, but that's not what my intentions are. But I do want to talk about it because this is like really, really shocking. It's crazy. And the reason why they picked up the family, because they show on TV as well that this family, all of a sudden picked up and left. They sold their farm and they moved to Alaska. So that was a how can I say this? An alarm that went off too. They're like, okay, why would this family just pick up and leave like that? What's going on? But the family said that they was planning this for a while and they got tired of the police and everybody harassing them because they saying that they didn't have nothing to do with this. But is this a case of a family against a family because of custody? Could that be? Because one of the young ladies that were also killed, she had a relationship with one of the Wagners, the youngest son, and they had a child together, and they was together for a minute, but then they, how young kids, they grow apart, young adults, they grow apart, and they was, she had custody of her daughter, which, it could have been worked out, even though she had full custody. I don't think she was holding the kid back from her father or whatever the case may be. But what made it fishy was the mother of the young man and the grandmother were arrested because it was documents. It was documents being forged. You can't forge state property. You cannot forge any state or any official paperwork. That is against the law. You cannot do that. You cannot forge anything. And it had to do with the custody. So my question is this to you all: do you think that this family was murdered because of a custody battle, which I think is really, really crazy if it did happen that way? Or do you think a drug cartel came in and say, hey, you didn't pay us for all our stuff, so a deal went bad and they took out the whole family? But you got to think about this. For the cartel to come in or whoever, they have to know people in your family. They have to know where you stay. It has to be timed properly. It was, some of the bodies were so shot up close that it was personal. You know what I mean? So this was a personal attack on this family. This family, I feel like whatever they did not deserve to, to die like this, but it happened. And I'm just so glad that those children have not been touched. They have not. They have mercy enough not to touch the kids. But, wow, it really tripped me out. If you want to see this show, it's on Oxygen. It came on March 31st. But if you have the Oxygen app, or if you have it if you have cable and you have the Oxygen channel, you can go back and watch it. I'm telling you, it's so mysterious because things are still not adding up. Yes, the arrest has been made, but how long are they going to keep them in jail without solid proof, without solid evidence? Because this is a murder of 8 people, and you have to go through every detail with a fine-tooth comb, and you have to look at all the possibilities. You have to find something that connects this family with the Rodens, with the murder of the Rodens. So it's sad that this is, and you know what else? So this is a small town. So this case is going to cost the town a lot of money. It just really, really, I watched it 3 times because I was like, wow, are you really serious? And I'm like, am I watching this? Is this correct? But it's a really, really sad thing. I'm going to keep a close eye on it because I'm pretty sure more is going to come out, and maybe the killer will But I don't know if they're going to turn themselves in. But whoever killed this poor family, I hope they do, surrender. I wish they haven't yet, but they do have people arrested for it. But we just don't know if it was them completely. So, guys, I want to share this story with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk, listening as well, and I will talk to you guys later. If you saw this show, please hit me up in the comment section if you saw it, and what do you think about it? If you have not seen it, I encourage you to see it. It's on the Oxygen channel, and then come back and let me know, what do you think of this case? What do you think? How do you feel about it? Okay, thank you so much. My next story is going to be about Madeline McCann. That's the little girl who was abducted from her home, from her vacation home, while their parents were on vacation. So we're going to really get into some stuff. If you didn't know I like this kind of stuff, now you do. So come on, sleuthers, let's get our brains in motion and try to figure out what is really going on here. All right, guys, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.